Now, using the boom to gently move back one side of the ring, I lightly use the rubber side of my sledgehammer to slowly tap the other side of the ring back. Using the claw part and a filed down thin piece from a spoon bar, I use it to pry out the lock ring very easily. You should never ever put your fingers in between the lock ring and the flange ring. I took the end off an air chuck to make a blower for my hose. Just take that little piece off and the air goes right through. Now I'm blowing all the dirt and debris from the ring face to ensure that the flange ring slides off the front. Now I'm pushing on the left side because I was pushing on the right side, which will level the ring out, because if the ring isn't even, it will not come off. Here I'm cleaning some of the wheel surface, mostly focusing on the O-ring slot and the lock ring slot, making sure all the debris is removed from there. Then I go to inspect the rest of the wheel to make sure you clean anything that isn't supposed to be there off to ensure proper mounting of the tire. Now don't forget to clean the flange ring inside and out. Make sure you focus on where the O-ring sits just making sure that all debris is removed. When lubing the tire, make sure you get the outside where the flange ring is going to sit, the bead, and about 3 inches of the inside of the tire. Also remember to lube the wheel, the whole wheel, front, back. Then lube the inside of the flange ring and the outside. Now, in the same fashion that we took it off, we're going to use the boom to apply pressure to one side of the flange ring and tap the opposite side with the hammer until it slides back far enough so that we can fit the O-ring in there. Now, before putting the O-ring in there, I always double check to make sure that the surface is clean, to make sure that there isn't any extra soap or paint shavings. Now, a lot of people lube up their O-rings and put it in. I do not, because I have found that when you put soap on the O-rings, it actually causes them to roll, pinching them. And before putting any O-ring on, always inspect it. The first one I grabbed, where the splice meets the O-ring, was torn. This is a good indication that the O-ring will easily go bad on you. So I went over to the other side and grabbed a new O-ring. Better safe than sorry. It's good when taking out the O-ring or putting in an O-ring that you keep your fingers out of this area, because for some reason if anything slips, it will smash your finger. Now that the lock ring is placed, I push on the other side of the flange ring to make sure it is even. Then I position the boom in front of the tire as a safety precaution in case the tire does fail. Now I hook up the air and then slowly tap with a hammer the lock ring to ensure it is in the proper position. Remember, while airing up the tire, never stand directly or just off to the side of the front of the tire. Stand in line with the tread, and using an air gauge attached to the hose, I can tell what air pressure the tire is at without having to be near it at all. I hope you enjoyed this video of me changing a 1424 on a road grader. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I appreciate if you hit that like button, maybe give me a subscribe, and I hope you have a nice day.